Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy. If you guys haven't been here before, it's been a long time since I've filmed. And today I am going to do a kind of updated hair dye, how I do my hair. Got an itch here. You might hear some clickety clacking, my dog's up roaming around. So I know it's been a while, there's just been life going on. But I do like the color I've been going with. It's kind of a chocolatey brown with a little bit of red to it. It is called the lightest chocolate brown. It's a soy fourplex by Clairol Professionals, and if you can see, that's what it looks like. And you can get this at Sally Beauty, and then you also need the Clairol soy fourplex creme developer. I have the number 20 standard lift, and that works really well. And then you would need, and you can get these, and all of this is available as far as I have found at Sally Beauty. But you'll need like the bowl for it to mix it in, the brush to apply it, and gloves. We don't want to ruin our manicures here. So what I'm going to start with, come on buddy, is I'm just going to kind of rough separate my hair out into 4 little portions. What this is going to do is it's going to allow me to get right up in here. I'm going to try, I have some gray coming in, so we're going to try to cover that up. So, and I do have a mirror over here so I can kind of see what I'm doing a little easier. Come on, buddy. And like I said, it's kind of rough. Doesn't have to be super perfect, because you're just wanting to get in and get as much of your roots as you can. And I have these cool little alligator clip things that I found at TJ Maxx for just a few bucks. But all this is gonna let me do is get right down in, get my roots as well covered as I can get them. And then we will go in and work it through the rest of the hair. I try to get this done before I start mixing, because I don't want it all mixed and ready and then sitting for too long. So I try to go in and get my hair all separated and ready the way I want it. And then I'll go in and get my developer and my color mixed. So just that way it's all ready to go. I always end up with a few straggle strings here and there of hair. Those fun little stragglers that hang out and hide and fall. Definitely, I would suggest, if you're doing this at home, like I have this old sweat jacket on that has stains and everything, so I don't mind if I get like hair dye or anything on it, because it's already all like stained up and kind of yucky, so it's not a big deal. If you're just doing it like in the comfort of your own bathroom, I would do it topless. This stuff will stain, wear something that you don't care if it gets stained, or if you're all alone, completely topless. I know it sounds weird, but I personally don't want to ruin like my good clothes. So like I said, I just have this old sweat jacket I wear because it's easy to take off, so I can just hop in the shower and rinse out the dye. And then I don't have to worry about ruining something that I don't want ruined. Go on, Scoob. My little chihuahua. And he's old. 11 years old. He's going blind. He's a little old. But he's my buddy. Follows me around. You'll hear him whining because he thinks he's in my lap. Wherever I'm at, he thinks that's where he needs to be. So. And this you can do up to it says up to 45 minutes for full grade coverage, which is what I will do. So what I'll do is I'll put this, once I get this all mixed, and what I'm doing is just pouring it into the bowl here. There's that. Now when I do the actual color, I am going to put my gloves on. Yeah, I was going to. I gotta go get another one. Hold on just 1 minute. Okay. The gloves you can get, they have at Sally Beauty. You can get some like at Walmart, Target, Amazon. I mean, you can get a good box of them with like 100 for like $3 or $4. They're not expensive. I don't know why all of my gloves are just falling apart. Probably because we've had them for like ever and a day. Hang on, let me go grab another one. Okay, now I got my gloves. We're just gonna take the top off. When you take the top off, there is a seal in there. I don't know if you can see. So, and the top of the lid, if you can see in there, has like this little poke. We're just gonna poke it in there. Kind of twist it around, make sure I got it good in there. And then you're just gonna squeeze that into your bowl. Like so. Let's see, can I? No, it's not gonna tilt. Okay. Just squeeze it in. It smells horrible. It's hair dye, I mean, can't say anything more than it smells like hair dye. It's got that chemically gross smell to it. And just squeeze that all in there. And you want to make sure they're equal parts. Both of mine, I get the small ones that are 2 ounces each of the developer and of the color. Throw that away. And then you're just going to go in and mix it up. You want to make sure it's good and well mixed together. And then it's going to look kind of like that. It'll be nice and pretty thick. And then I usually start here at the point. I have the widow's peak, so it's just, I start there and make sure I get that well covered first. And I kind of scrape off one side and keep the good bulk of it on the other. And I just kind of go in. It's strong. It really is. But no different than going in and getting it done at the salon, really. It's about the same as far as the odor goes. Work that through. And this goes here. Just trying to catch the few strands of hair that's trying to get away. And I will end up working this all the way through all of my hair. And you want to go in and work it up and over this side. And I'm just barely dipping after I've used the initial. I just dip kind of the tip in because it makes it easier for me to kind of work it down into where my roots are. Without having it all over the place. And this can be very messy. You just want to take your time. Don't rush with doing it. I like kind of doing it here at the table area because then I can kind of use the table to rest my elbows on to get a better, little bit more control. I don't feel like my arms are flapping everywhere that way. So. And then you can see on my face where I've made a mess of it, where it's starting to try to develop. Now I have found, because I always get it all over me, a good way I have found to take that off once I've got it off, if I get it on my face after I'm all done, I'll take like a makeup remover, either a makeup remover wipe, makeup balm, removing balm, something like that, and go over the spots that you've got it, and it kind of pulls it out. That way you don't have hair dye stains all over your face and your skin. I am really good at doing that, getting it everywhere. Like I said, this can be very messy. You just got to take your time, don't rush, because you want to get good coverage. I will even go and get behind my ear. These get in the way, but just kind of hold this up and go in that way, like so. A couple of months ago, I cut my hair shorter, and so it's just now starting to grow back out. I'm going to let it grow out. I want it long. I just had ruined the ends of it really bad when I bleached it last summer. So I am in the process. It's a whole new hair journey for me to grow it back out long. At one point, I did have it way down past my shoulder blades. And then I decided I was bleaching. And now I am regretting that. Bleach is really bad for your hair. It makes it super brittle, dry, breaks it. I personally would recommend against it. If you have really good healthy hair, don't go ruining it. I ruined it for a little bit. Now we're on a hair journey back. I did have a hairdresser tell me proteins are really good for it. There's, I know there's like Olaplex. I have a deep leave-in conditioner that has rice proteins in it, and that I use about once a week, and that's really helping. You can overdo it, so do not overdo the proteins, because then that will destroy the elasticity in your hair. So now what I'm doing, I'm just taking out one clip at a time and going in, and I'm gonna roughly go into where, I know it's not like perfectly separated because I'm horrible at perfectly separating my hair. And then I'm just gonna go in, and here you can really see where I have some grays coming in. So we're just gonna go in there and get that section. Like so. But I will be 40 this year, and I have realized some of these trends really just don't apply to my age group. I like dyeing my hair. I've been doing it for 20 some years now. I'm very much I like my hair. I like different colors, whatever suits my mood type things. But I am learning with age that some of it is just too much of a hassle. There's some of it, I am a mom. I work full time, as well as I am trying to get back into my YouTube channel. I have a husband, a dog, a house. I do have other things going on in my life. And some of it is just too much maintenance for me. I mean, every 8 weeks dyeing my hair is not a big deal. Like today, I've been to the gym, came home. So I did wash my hair last night, and so that way this is going on day old hair. You don't want it to be like dirty. I mean, we don't want like where we haven't washed our hair in days. But we do want, it doesn't need to be super clean, because if it's like just washed and then dyed, it doesn't really develop well. So day old is good. And then, like I said, I've been to the gym today, so this kind of works out where I am going to do this, and then when I'm done letting this sit for the 45 minutes, I will go hop in the shower to rinse it out. I honestly, if you watch, there was another video I did of dyeing my hair, and I used like the bottle dye, which is fine. I was honestly always just afraid of using the brush. I wasn't sure. I guess I was just intimidated by it. I wasn't sure if I could do it, but this works out really well. I feel like I have more control over where the dye is going and what's being colored and what's not. I feel like I'm getting better coverage as far as it goes. Bugger. Which I like, because then I'm able to get in and pinpoint the grays. Like I said, I'll be 40 this year, so I'm going gray. I'm okay with that. That's why I have hair dye. Cover up all those whites trying to poke through. Just like so. No, buddy, I'm not picking you up. Go lay down. I know, not fair. What I really like about the brushes is they have like the pointed end, so you can just work in there, pull it, separate it. I'm not perfect. My brushes, really? I know, you went up. I'm not picking you up with hair dye. You'll be funny colored. Like, my hair never parts perfectly straight. I've never been able to get it to. I always get a funny, like, jagged line. Which is, it's fine. Whatever. My hair is my hair. But I thought you guys would enjoy this, kind of see an updated version of how I do my hair, how I dye my hair. I'm going to do the back. The back is a little more tricky. It's always harder to see. I just kind of, I go by feel, because the dye's cold. So you can kind of feel where you're going with it. Which is nice. Because as you can see, it's not all that great. Trying to do it at this angle, it's harder. It's always nice when somebody else does it for you, but I personally, I don't like to spend that money on that when I can do it at home. I'm like this. I like to DIY whatever I can. I do my own nails. And there's some videos up on that if you guys are interested. I know you're staring at the top of my head. I'm sorry, guys. But this is how it goes when you're doing this. You can kind of see what a mess this is to do. Now, I've gotten all of the roots done. I'm just gonna go in. It's gonna look fabulous. I'll have to wash out my brush too when I'm done with this, but that's fine. Because we want to be able to get a good coverage in the lengths of it. I'll just take my hand and kind of lay it like so. And get some of it going. Just kind of work it through. Try to work in like little portions if you can. My hair's a little unruly. Like I said, I've been to the gym today, so my hair's just kind of, It's kind of the best time to do it. And work it through. You want to make sure, and with most hair you can tell here where it's kind of darker, it has more in it. This is way drier, so it's not gonna have, which is kind of nice because then you know where you've put it, where you have it. And then like so. That. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting this all over. You kind of have seen the way I do it for the basics. I will put this in, set the 45 minutes, and then I'll be right back. Okay, now that I've got it all put in, I've just kind of bunched it up on top of my head. I will let this set. I'll set me a timer for 45 minutes. We'll let it set for that 45 minutes. I've got my tablet here. I'm just going to get my alarm set up before I forget. Clock. Timer. Go. Okay, so my timer is going. That's going. So what I will do, all of my stuff I've used, my hair clips and everything, since I've got dye on them, it'll all just go in the bowl when I'm done with everything. I will put them, and I'll just wash them out with some soap and water. It cleans up pretty easy. Like I said, you can see I've kind of made a mess. I got it everywhere. I'll just go in with like a makeup remover wipe and some makeup removing balm, and I will get off as much of this as I can. And like I said, this sweatshirt, I have stains all over it, so that's why I wear it when I dye my hair. That way I'm not ruining something that I don't want ruined, you know. But like I said, everything that I've used, my hairbrush, all of that, I'll just throw that in and wash it out with soap and water. It'll be fine. It cleans out really nice. Let it dry. You're good to go. And then the dye and the developer and stuff, you can get at Sally's fairly cheap. I think it's like $6 for the little 2-ounce bottles, which really is what you're spending if you go buy like the bottle dye at like Walmart or something. You're still going to spend anywhere between $6 and $12. So I mean, the developer itself I think is like $3 or $4, and then the color I think is like $6 or $8 or something like that. So I mean, you're really just spending the same amount. It's just, it gives you more control, a little more ability to cover what you want covered. If you really want to go in deep on the roots, or you've got spots that are more gray than others, it just kind of gives you that control. And I personally like that. So what I'm going to do now, I've got my timer set. I will go in, I will wash this out and shower. I will dry it all out. What's great about this, because it doesn't come with anything, you can use whatever products you like in your hair. Now when I go, I'll wash it out, and then I'll go in with my hair mask. I'll put that in, let that set while I do the rest of my routine. I'll rinse that out. I'll do my leave-in treatment and serum. I'll blow dry it. But it's what you prefer to use in your hair and what you prefer for your hair, so that way you're getting what you want out of the treatment. So like I said, I will let this set. I will go do my deal. When I'm done, I will come back and show you the results. So I will see you in a little bit. So here is final product. You will see it has a bit of a auburn reddish tint to it. All washed out. It didn't leave any lasting dye on my scalp. It all came off my face with just some soap and water. All came off my neck with just some soap and water. So I really like it. It leaves my hair, once it's dry, like I said, I ruined my hair though when I bleached it. So it starts out when I first get out of the shower, when it's wet, it feels a little coarse and gross. And then I just put some leave-in conditioner, a little bit of serum, and then we get this. Normally, my normal go-to hairstyle during the week for work is up. Occasionally I wear it down around the house. I will throw it just up when I'm doing housework, stuff like that. But overall, I really like the condition, or the Clairol 4-plex dye. I think it turns out really pretty. It's really controllable, as long as you take your time. It can get a little messy if you try to do it too quick. But overall, these are the results, and I like them. That was my last tube, so I will have to get some more here soon. I have about 6 to 8 weeks before I'll need to dye again, so we're good there. So this is the end of February, so probably into April is when I'll do it again. I am looking, I can't find a shampoo and conditioner that I really like. So if anybody has any suggestions, go ahead and leave those in the box below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.